half as good as he did against Gaethje as he did against Poirier because of the speed. Like, not because I think he's bad or anything.
Mm. Well, I mean, that's an interesting segue. I mean, we do have a huge fight coming up this weekend, and
so many as well.
I'm pumped, man. Like, I'm so excited about it. It's at 2:00, so that's crazy.
I know. That's one. Like, I wish I was more into the streaming stuff a bit ago, because this could have been one where I could have just like live streamed or something.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about that, but that's a whole other level of like I have to watch and then I have to talk and I have to like that's I don't know, that's probably more than my brain can handle, especially watching the fights because I'm obviously biased.
No, yeah, I'm similar, to be honest. I think about it all the time because I look at MMA Guru. He's just reached 100 million views, and he broke down like how he got to here on Twitter. Excuse me. And he said his first year to get is it 4,000 watch hours, I think you have to get. He said that like took him a whole year of doing like long live streams and stuff like that. So I've been thinking it might be worth just doing the odd live just to get them hours up.
To be fair, that's why I stream this to the YouTube channel. It's like, I mean, I don't know if my channel is ever going to get back to that being monetized or whatever, but if it does, this is the only way. Like, that's the only way it's going to happen is these people catching the live and streaming it or whatever. So
yeah, that's it. Got to try and figure out a way of I mean, that's why I've been trying to make my videos like half an hour long and stuff.
Yeah, right. I noticed.
Yeah. Well, I just think if I can retain people and like, so if people are expecting that, because there's certain channels I watch where I expect them to have like a 30-minute video, so I'm seeking that out, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't mind being that guy for other people where it's like, yeah, I'm going to play my Xbox and put this 30-minute video on in the background kind of thing, you know what I mean? So yeah, that you will see my target is 20 minutes for most of my videos.
No, that's great because like even if somebody watches for 10 minutes, that's 10 minutes, like that's good.
It's a long time.
I mean, it's something we could definitely think about doing. I mean, obviously I have to coordinate that with Alicia, because I know she likes to watch the fights with me, and
well, that would be nice. Like she's always watching.
Yell at Daniel Cormier's terrible commentary.
Yeah. I mean, it would be nice to see like her perspective of it. I don't know how big she is on MMA, but like my ex, I used to like watching it through her eyes because she'd react to things that just, I'm not saying yours would be the same, like, but she'd react to things that just wasn't worth reacting to. And I'd be like, what are you seeing here?
No, Alicia really we watch the fights. We watch like almost every fight together. Yeah, we have a great time.
She kind of knows what she's looking at and that.
Yeah, and the weird thing, I'm gonna brag for a second, but she has this weird thing. Like once the first exchange kind of happens, she's like, "Oh, that person's gonna lose." Like she's really good at picking up body language, and like psychology. Like I don't even know what it is, to be honest with you. But she's like, "Oh, this person like is really low energy on their walkout, and then like hasn't looked up the whole time, so they're gonna lose really quick." And like it'll happen. I'm like, damn, like I didn't even not something I picked up on.
Live betting, man. Like use it for your life.
Right? Like live betting. He said, use it.
I have thought about that.
She's thought about it. Yeah. No, but like it'll happen. Like I think it was like I can't remember what the last fight, but there was the Leon Edwards fight, for example. She's like he doesn't have the energy that he had before, even coming out and whatnot. But yeah, she has this weird uncanny ability to do that. But so we'll see this upcoming
fight. Good at doing that, of helping you see that in his opponents, like with his walk and all that. Because I do that, like with Roundtree. I was watching him, and I was thinking, this is going to decide whether I think this is going to be a quick 1 round thing for Pereira or it's going to be an actual fight. And I saw Roundtree, and he looked confident, and I thought, yeah, this is going to be a fight. Like similar with Jamal Hill. Like I really want to know how that fight would have looked if all that weird stuff didn't happen with the knockout. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think Jamal Hill is overrated in my opinion, but I think Izzy
flat-footed, isn't he? Like, he's very flat-footed.
I don't know. I just because he came from Dana White's Contender Series, I think that's kind of what elevated him.
Yeah.
As Dana had that pressure behind him to kind of push somebody that was on his, and
yeah,
I don't know. Like,
it's ironic because for a time they had 2 champions from there, and there's not one now, is there?
not one now. Yeah.
They didn't even. Did any of them manage to defend against an actual?
I was gonna say, hey man,
like Sean
O'Malley defended.
What's that?
I said O'Malley defended.
Yeah, layup. He got a layup. I think Hills was a layup as well. I think they thought Pereira, would be a layup for Hill because if he's a striker, and Hill is an MMA guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it didn't work out that way for him, and I couldn't.
So this is a stat card. Lerone Murphy has pulled out that I've heard, so I don't know if he's still.
Oh, you don't know if he's not. Me.
Yeah, it's from Manchester as well. I'm a bit upset about that.
Let's see what happened. Da-da.
I don't know if they're just like local rumours and it's not out yet, but I've heard he's pulled out.
Oh. Yeah, no, nothing on the dirt sheets. So.
Yeah, so Dan Ige might be looking for a last-minute opponent, which is ironic.
Yeah, right. Very ironic considering how last moment his last one was. Yeah.
Is it Dan Ige or Ige?
Yeah, Ige. Yeah, it says canceled here. That was back in February. This one, yeah, it still says it's on as of this morning. So.
Oh, okay, maybe I misread something, or I saw an old thing be like brought back up. But
I mean, maybe.
This is actually more stats than the Sphere card.
This is way better than the Sphere card. This is what I've been looking forward to, man.
If this still had that Cyril Gahn fight as well, and Volkov,
yeah, Gahn versus Volkov, that would have been
the card of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It still is, I think.
Yeah, I think you could argue that. Magomedov, I'm not sure who Petrosian is, but Magomedov is always a great fight. Like, he always looks really good.
Yeah, he's good, man. I think he's Muay Thai style. He looks it from how he fights with his stance and that. And man, he's he's good with it. But I do see weakness in him as well.
Well, yeah, he only has one eye.
No, I just mean yeah. Every
he can't see his own weakness.
Before every fight, DC, it's DC's ways to win. They show up on the graphics.
Yeah.
And it's DC's weakness, one eye. DC, what DC notices as his weakness is
right.
Eye.
Because that's the commentary level of DC.
Yeah, it has to be that obvious.
But yeah, right. No soul, one eye, no soul.
Got no soul and one eye.
Oh, but yeah, do you want to get into some predictions, or have you thought about it, or?
Yeah, I mean, Magomedov. I think you go for Magomedov in that, don't you? When you look at the both records, 14-0 versus 9-3.
Yeah, go with the undefeated fighter from Russia.
If Ige and Lerone Murphy is still going on, I think that's a close fight, man.
I don't know anything about Lerone Murphy.
What he is? He's very much like Leon Edwards.
Okay.
Like a point fighter, strikes. He's just a smaller Leon, basically.
He's favored to win too.
What was that?
So he's favored to win. So
yeah, at points decision, I reckon.
Undefeated.
He's had a mad life. He's been shot and that.
Yeah, I saw that. That's actually how I recognize him, because he did a piece about, hey, I can't remember exactly how it was titled, but I was shot in the face, but now I'm fighting a top UFC fighter or something like that.
Yeah, he's been he's had a life, man. It is pretty hard. Manchester is a place like that where you slip into those kind of circles easy. So it's dead nice to see that he's actually been in them deep waters, managed to get out, and now he's in the UFC. It's pretty amazing that.
So you say Murphy on that one?
Yeah, I'll go Murphy points decision.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I'll follow you because I don't know much about them, to be honest with you.
If
So
Ige wins, I think it'll be a knockout. That's the two ways I look at that. Rakic and Ankalaev, man, that could be a good fight.
it could be a really good fight. I think
Yeah.
it's an underrated fight because of Rakic. Everybody's so busy talking about Ankalaev, like Rakic is really good. Like, I mean, I know he lost to Yuri, but like Yuri's one of the top fighters in the division. So like,
Magomed could lose to Yuri, in my opinion.
Yeah, it just depends on the day. But
yeah,
I think Rakic he's really good. But I'm gonna go Ankalaev here. I think Ankalaev is destined to fight for the belt, and I want to see him fight for the belt. So that's where my decision.
Yeah, I'm similar. Like, I think he deserves it, man. Like, he should have fought for the belt after the Blachowicz fight where it was a draw. Like, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Blachowicz.
That
was so unfair that he got punished for drawing. Like,
I mean, so did Jan though. Jan got punished for the draw too. I mean, what has Jan done recently? So
that's it. I find it so weird that that's a punishment. Like, it's not their fault that they were so well matched. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think he's got a lot to prove. So I think he might come out firing in Ankalaev. So yeah, I'll go for Ankalaev as well.
Yeah. Co-main, Hamzat and Robert Whittaker.
Oh, this
is I'm looking forward to this so much, but I'm also scared for Whittaker.
Yeah, I think everyone's nervous, aren't they?
Hamzat is just such a good wrestler.
Biggs. Yes, Biggs, big time. Not seen you in a while. Don't think anyone likes DC's commentary. Yeah, that's very true. And
that is 100% true.
Herb Vernon, 2 weeks until the election. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Hello, Herb. How you doing?
Wait, is it 2 weeks till the USA election?
Yeah.
Bloody hell, that's gone quick.
5th, man.
That has gone so quick.
Yeah, telling me.
God.
But yeah, welcome to the chat, guys. Appreciate you stopping by.
Chats are like buses. We spent an hour waiting for one, and then 2 come along at the same time.
Yeah, thanks for calling out, because I was over here looking at the site, and appreciate you guys stopping by. That's awesome.
Yeah, it caught my eye, and then I saw a random big. I was like, not seeing that. Well, I see him on Twitter all the time, but I was like, yes.
Yeah, I reached out and I said, hey man, we'd like to have you on the show. He's like, nah, not during the week. I work too much. I'm like, I hear you.
No, yeah, I get it.
So maybe if we do it on the weekend or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd definitely cater to big time, and so yeah, if you need it to be a weekend, I'll try and manage that. It'd just be nice for us all to catch up, to be honest.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%, 110%.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry to be like anyway.
Yeah, no worries.
But Chimaev and Whittaker, this one can be such a banger, can't it?
It could be.
Yeah.
But it also could be just Chimaev taking him down, and that's the end of it.
I just can't foresee that with Robert Whittaker. I just can't. Like,
I don't want to, but I can.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big possibility, but like, he's fought like Yoel Romero. He didn't really try taking him down, did he? And like, he's fought some beastie guys that can take people down, and for some reason, they've not tried taking him down. So
yeah, but I think Hamzat is a completely different animal. Like, all he wants to do is get you to the ground. Like, that's literally it.
Nah, because if he thinks he can knock you out, like Jared Mearshart, he's gonna knock you. He's gonna hunt for that instead.
But Mearshart was he's like supreme level jiu-jitsu guy. So like, you really don't. Yeah.
Nah, like, jiu-jitsu ain't doing nothing to Hamzat style of wrestling. It isn't. It just isn't.
So what do you think? You think Whittaker's gonna take it?
I'm gonna go Whittaker, knockout, round 3.
I would love it. I don't know. I would love it. The only thing I can say is I don't want Chimaev to win. I want Whittaker to win. And I think
I think
what's going to happen is Whitaker's going to get probably taken down in the first round, but Chimaev has shown that he gets super tired later on in the fights. So Bobby's going to start piecing him up. I think he's going to probably try to lay on top of him, and I think it's going to be a close decision. And I think, unfortunately, Hamzat's going to win.
Yeah, I think similar, right? I think he's going to come out firing first round. He might get success in that first round, like getting him down, keeping him down, ragdolling him about. Whitaker has proven many times he's got that 5 rounds like stamina.
For sure.
Hamzat has not. He's proven like the total opposite, that he's a one pump dump kind of guy, you know what I mean? So part of me can see it in dominating the first round, in trying to dominate the second, but because he's a bit tired now, his timing's a little bit off. Whitaker's now finding his range, like on the feet. Khamzat now is getting into that Burns kind of style, where it's like, right, we're having a fight. I'm just not going to really think about what I'm doing now. I'm just going to try and beat you. Because if you saw in Burns, he lost all his like tactics. He just was on the feet, banging it out. And I got a feeling if he gets tired enough, Robert can bring that out of Khamzat. And I don't think he beats Whitaker in that kind of fight. I
hope not. I'm going to say I really hope not.
Yeah.
And I think once Chimaev gets tired, because I don't know if you've seen Chimaev recently, but he hasn't looked in the best shape.
Looking rough, isn't he? Yeah.
He's not. I never thought he was the best athlete in the world anyway, but he looks out of his prime.
No, he does. That's the worrying thing with Khamzat is like, have we already seen the best Khamzat? Like, what's the best version of Khamzat? Like, that version that was fighting in the pandemic, basically. And like now, because of all the things that have happened to him since, like, it's just not. Yeah, even his body doesn't look.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't look like the best version.
No. I mean, this is that middleweight, so maybe he's just not cutting as much.
Right, and that could be it. But I think a lot of it, to be honest with you, is just how long he's been out. Like, he's been out and how many fights he's had to cancel and
the fact that he's got to fight over there, he can't fight in the US and stuff like that. It's probably not helping things, you know what I mean?
And he got a new training camp for this. I don't know if you knew that, but he's not with Till and them anymore. He went.
Yeah. I think it's no coincidence that he starts hanging around with Till and then he starts looking like a rubbish fighter. You know, like, I'm not even hating on Till. It's just Till has so many bad habits. Like, and then to try and introduce that to some Islamic guy,
right.
Like, some guy who's lived a faithful Islamic. I'm guessing he's lived a faithful Islamic life. You know what I mean?
Right.
To then introduce him to a Scouser who's got no morals, like, it's not a good shout. You know, I'm not even saying it because he's a Scouser, just an Englishman. Like, like an Englishman with no morals should not be around an Islamic man like Khamzat with corruption.
So yeah, I think. I mean, as much as I want Whitaker to win, I could see both scenarios. So I'll just say Chimaev, just because that seems like the most likely scenario to me.
My controversial one is that round 4, we get to round 4, and Chimaev quits on the stool. I don't think
he's just so tired.
Yeah, I don't think he's a quitter. But I can just see him getting to a point where he's literally he's having cardiac
arrest or something.
Cardiac arrest, yeah. Like I can just foresee him feeling that on the stool after like 3 rounds. Like, it scares me seeing how quick he gets tired. So I just can't not see that. And Robert's like, I don't know why I keep calling him Robert. Like, it's very official. But Whitaker is very like, he's just good at everything. Like, he's so well rounded, and I think if you have one weakness that's very glaring,
He's gonna
I think
exploit
that's
it
too much. Yeah, like so. Yeah, and I think I'm controversial with the next one as well.
Well, let's move right along. Topura versus Holloway.
Cannot wait for this as well, man.
Yeah, this is gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
Heart says Holloway, brain says Ilya.
yeah, similar. My heart and my brain say the same person, if I'm honest, and they both say it. Yeah, I think fighting Gaethje before fighting Ilya is a hindrance.
It's like going from the most untechnical fight to the most technical fight.
Exactly. It's like going from, like, again, I always seem to use this as an example, but it's like the old Ngannou in boxing thing. He went from an untechnical guy to a technical guy. He went from a slow, untechnical guy to a sharp, technical guy, and you saw the difference. You know what I mean? And I feel like that might not help Max. Like,
but if there's one thing I'll say though, Max has fought technical. He's fought.
Oh yeah.
But, he has the experience. Yeah. He. That's why. I mean, he could win. Like he very well could win.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, do I think he'll knock Topuria out? No, but do I think he could win points? Absolutely.
In a way, I feel bad for Topuria, right? Because I feel like he's caught Max at a similar time to where he caught Volk, where Volk suffered his first ever knockout and then he puts him out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you don't really get that full credit for like beating Volk because everyone's like, yeah, but he got knocked out 6 months before that.
Came back too fast. All the excuses, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be the same, right? I think he's going to knock Max out, and then everyone's going to go, yeah, but Gaethje's the one that took his chin because Gaethje knocked him down because he got his first ever knockdown against Gaethje, didn't he? It's first ever time he got knocked down officially. So I got a feeling it's going to be like that again, where he's going to beat this guy, and then people are going to be like, yeah, but it's because the other guy that he fought, weakened him or whatever. And it probably is partly to do with that, passing the torch kind of thing. But I don't know, just for some reason, every time I look in my head, how does this fight go? Like, Max is technical from an MMA standpoint. Yeah. But he's not really from a boxing standpoint. Like, his chin's up in the air all the time and stuff like that. He's very... Like, so watch back the Calvin Kattar fight. Mate, he got hit so much in that fight. It's just because he was landing so much. It kind of overshadowed how much he was getting. Yeah, and then you watch the Volk fights. He got hit so much in those fights too. And then Gaethje was managing to land on him. So now I'm thinking, Topuria is close to being a boxer with his skill level of how good he is at setting up shots and that. So that's what worries me is, like, Max looks technical for an MMA.
Right.
But Topuria looks technical from, like, a boxing standpoint. So I just see that as different,
Yeah, I mean, of course, Max likes to brag that he's the best boxer in the division, but there are levels to this game, and Max isn't getting any younger, and he's been in some bangers, and Topuria hasn't. So, I mean, if anybody's going to take his chin, it's going to be Ilya. But I just hope, I don't know, I'm a big Max fan. I like Max a lot. I think the difference it's in speed is going to be for Topuria. I just think if Max can kind of coax Ilya into doing some silly stuff, then he could catch him and win,
So what do you think? So I think the opposite. I think the one who needs to coax anyone into, like, being silly is Topuria. Like, I think Topuria needs to get Max to want to fight, like, close up, because that suits him, I think. So Topuria wants that point down moment as soon as possible. So what is it you think that Max can lure Topuria into, like...
Just being wild, losing his technicality.
Yeah, and like
if he's missing him and Max is feinting a lot and Ilya's just on the end of his jab and he can't quite get going, like, he might be a little more reckless. And then I think Max can kind of start tagging him. I mean, Max is the longer fighter. I think he has, he fights at range a little bit better. But I don't know. I just think, obviously, I think Ilya is a better technical striker right now. But I think Max just has more ways he could win.
Yeah. You know what, though? It could be deceiving as well. Like, we're sitting here, like, both of us are saying Topuria is the better striker and all this. But it might just be a bit of deception, that, though, as well, because we're judging him off Volk, and we're judging him off, like, against guys like Emmett and Bryce Mitchell. So
right.
It is a bit
maybe
of
it's the level of competition.
Yeah. And, like, maybe Volk had slowed down by then, so it wasn't the Volk that Holloway fought, So maybe, to play devil's advocate, maybe, like, he isn't the better striker. We don't know, but hopefully we find out. But
yeah, I hope so too. I mean, if there's one thing we know, it's that Max isn't going to give up. He's going to keep coming. He's going to keep trying to be right in your face, and it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so hyped for this card.
Yeah.
Like,
one thing I'd like to see, which I think is possible, is I think Max can catch him with a jumping knee, like right up the middle. Yeah, I think if Max can get out the way of one of his hooks, and then, like, because when he's hooking, his head's going to be coming this way. So if Max can, like, get out the way and then maneuver his
bring
knee,
it up,
head there, like, I can see that being, or even that spinning heel kick that he kept doing against Gaethje. Like, I can see that working against Topuria. But
that one could be. That was a new wrinkle, man. That was a nice wrinkle that he threw in there. That little. He just saw one little weakness and just went for it over and again and just kept landing it. That anybody who's coming out wild over the top, they're going to eat one, and that's going to hurt.
Exactly, and that's what he does. Topuria, like, maybe not as wild as Gaethje, but he likes to get his head down and throw. So I do see head kick, knee, heel, like spinning heel. Yeah, I can see that being available in the mid to late rounds. Yeah, it's so interesting. Like, I'm just going with Topuria.
You're gonna go officially Topuria, about decision, knockout.
Yeah.
Oh, you think he's gonna knock out Max Holloway?
Yeah, I think like round 1 or 2 as well. I don't think it's going on long. But again, like, everything I said previous leading up to this is, like, I can see so many ways of Max winning though as well at the same time. Like again, Max has proven that he can actually problem solve on the go.
Yep.
Whereas Ilya's shown that. I was about to say Ilya's not shown that, but Ilya has actually shown that himself.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he got. I was going to say, what was that fight where he got rocked right in the first get-go, and then he had to shake it off and.
I think who that was against.
I don't remember, but
like that, wasn't it?
But I mean, he's a champion for a reason. I mean, obviously, I think personally he fought a wounded Volk. Like, I really do think that. I think Islam took his soul.
Yeah.
And I think he's not ever going to be the same again. And he came back and he fought, and I don't know. It's just. I think he was more focused on Islam and not what was in front of him. But
I think Volk just thought Topuria was going to be just another featherweight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
because exactly.
He made all the featherweights look easy apart from Max. He made.
I say, with the exception of Max, three fights, 3 decisions, and like 8 judges said Max won. So
I know that. You know what? There was one of them Max fights where I thought Max won.
I think the first one I thought Max won.
I think it might have been the first for me as well, because I wasn't liking Volk.
No, I don't.
So I think it was the first one, and then I think he proved himself in the second, and then I was like, oh, I like this.
And then he won the third one pretty convincingly.
Yeah,
but
the third one was.
The first 2 were super close. The first one I think Max won, and I don't think, I mean, you can have the opinion that Volk won, and judges did, but. Officially, my prediction is I do think Max will win a decision. I think I think he'll get him frustrated with those looping shots, and his jab is just he has a really nice jab, and he'll just keep hopefully break his nose and make him bleed and just beat him up over the course of 5 rounds.
Well, that's it. I think, ironically, Max has to be the matador in this fight, and Topuria has to be the bull. Like, for both of them, I think like that should be both of their game plans. Topuria needs to be the aggressive bull that traps the guy up against the cage, and Max Holloway needs to be the guy with the little red cloth that makes him run through the cloth and walk onto his blade at the end. You know, so it's ironic that that's his nickname, because it is like well suited to how the fight should play out.
How it might play out, exactly.
Yeah, Max should be the matador and Topuria should be the bull. Have you ever seen that in Spain? Like videos of that?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Like, there's a village where I lived in Mallorca that did that. And I didn't go to it, but I wanted to.
Yeah, it's brutal. I mean, I'm assuming they use the bull for like.
No, sorry, I'm talking about the bull run. I thought
you were talking about like the matador.
Yeah, not in the arena.